So you're thinking about buying the Wahl Elite Pro clippers. This video is for you because I'm going to show you the real problems you need to know about before you spend your $70. But here's what surprised me. This thing has a 4.5-star rating on Amazon. Therefore, I had to find out why. The truth is complicated and frankly, a bit loud. For the best price, click the link in the description. /N/N, let's get this out of the way immediately. This is a powerful clipper. It feels substantial in the hand, like a tool that means business. The motor is, as Wahl claims, a beast. It plows through thick hair like a hot knife through butter. If you've been struggling with weak, bogging down clippers, that initial power feels like a revelation. Therefore, you might think this is a slam dunk. But I need you to listen closely to what comes next, because this is where the Elite Pro starts to feel less elite and more problematic. /N/N, the first issue hits you before you even make your first cut. The sound. Wahl warns you in the manual about a strong, audible hum. That, my friends, is the understatement of the year. This clipper doesn't hum. It roars. It sounds less like a precision grooming device and more like a distant angle grinder. I tested it and my neighbor texted to ask if I was building a deck. That's joke number one, but it's barely a joke. It's genuinely disruptive. If you have sleeping kids, a partner on a call, or just value peace and quiet, this is a major drawback. Therefore, your home haircut just became a public announcement. /N/N now. Let's talk about the blades and the infamous oiling requirement. Wahl is very clear. Oil the blades after every use. They say if you don't, the blades may not move. This is high maintenance for a home user. Forget once, and you risk damaging the self-sharpening blades or straining that powerful motor. It's like owning a race car that needs a full engine detail after every trip to the grocery store. But wait, it gets more technical. This clipper has a power screw. The manual says it's preset, but if your home voltage is low, you might need to adjust it with a coin or screwdriver. Let that sink in. A $70 product might require you to tinker with a power screw for optimal performance. That's not plug-and-play, that's plug-and-pray. /N/N, and here's a bizarre little detail from the product description they hope you gloss over. They test the clippers with a hygienic fiber before shipping and say remnants might be left on the blade. They assure you it's not hair. Okay, but what is it? Mysterious factory fibers are not the confetti I want on my new gadget. It's a small thing, but it adds to a feeling of inconsistency. Therefore, you're not just buying a clipper. You're adopting a slightly noisy, potentially fussy project. But is the cut at least perfect? Let's dive deeper. /N/N, the cutting performance when everything is aligned is excellent. The guide combs snap on securely, a real upgrade from flimsy plastic clips. They give a consistent length, and that motor power ensures no snagging on dense hair. For a simple, all-over buzz cut or a shorter fade, it's competent. However, this is where we hit problem number 2, precision. The Elite Pro is big. It's bulky. That power comes in a housing that feels clumsy for detailed work around the ears and neckline. It's like trying to do calligraphy with a marker. You'll get the job done, but don't expect barber-level finesse without a serious learning curve and probably a separate trimmer. /N/N, let's check in with reality. You bought this to save money and time on barber visits. But will you? If you mess up your neckline because the clipper is unwieldy, you've just created a new problem. There's a joke in here somewhere about a DIY haircut and a hat mandate, but I'll save it for later. The promise of convenience is undermined by the tool's own design and demands. Therefore, the value proposition starts to crack. Now, let's look at the biggest red flag of all. /N/N, read the fine print. Wahl explicitly states, this clipper is made to be only used in the USA. If you're watching this outside the States, stop right now. Using it on different voltage can damage it. This isn't a suggestion, it's a hard limit. For a global marketplace like Amazon, that's a significant caveat they bury in the description. But even within the US, the voltage warning and power screw adjustment imply this motor is sensitive. It's powerful but perhaps temperamental. Like a talented but dramatic artist, it needs very specific conditions to perform. /n/n. So, who is this actually for? It's not for the casual user who wants a quick trim every few weeks. The noise and maintenance are overkill. It's not for the international buyer, period. It's not for the perfectionist seeking salon results. Therefore, its ideal user is a niche within a niche. Someone in the US with very thick, fast-growing hair who doesn't mind noise, enjoys tool maintenance, and prefers bulk power over delicate precision. That's a small audience. Joke number 2. This isn't the Elite Pro for most people. It's the Elite Pro for someone whose other hobby is tuning lawnmower engines. /n/n. Let's talk about the competition. For around the same price, you can get cordless models from other brands offering more freedom and often quieter operation. You sacrifice some raw power, but gain huge convenience. Or you can spend less on a simpler Wahl model that won't sound like it's preparing for takeoff. The Elite Pro exists in a strange middle ground. It has professional-grade power without the professional-grade finesse, or, frankly, the professional-grade tolerance for noise. It's a hybrid that doesn't fully satisfy either side. /n/n. And about those 4.5-star Amazon reviews. I read them. Many praise the power, sure, but sorting by critical reviews reveals a pattern. Complaints about noise, complaints about the blade seizing without constant oil, and reports of the unit failing after a short time. For every 5-star review praising its strength, there's a 1-star review detailing a very specific headache. This dichotomy is the core of my warning. Your experience is a coin toss. You either get a powerhouse workhorse or a noisy, high-maintenance paperweight. There is very little middle ground. Therefore, buying it is a gamble. /n/n. Here's joke number 3. Using the Wahl Elite Pro is an immersive experience. It's not just a haircut. It's a full sensory event. You feel the vibration in your hand, you hear the roar in your ears, and you smell the faint scent of hot metal and blade oil. The only thing missing is the taste of adrenaline from wondering if you'll nail your fade. So, after all this, what's the final verdict? /n/n. Resolution time. The Wahl Elite Pro High-Performance Haircutting Kit is not a bad product. It is a poorly *matched product for most home users. It is brutally powerful and built to last if you follow a strict ritual of oiling and potential voltage screw adjustments. But its colossal noise and bulky design make it a frustrating choice for everyday grooming. It solves the problem of weak motors, but creates new problems of noise pollution and technical fuss. /n/n. Therefore, my final recommendation is this. Do not buy the Wahl Elite Pro if you value quiet, low maintenance, or precise detailing. It is simply the wrong tool for that job. However, if you are in the USA, have hair like steel wool, view tool maintenance as therapy, and wear noise-canceling headphones anyway, then this might be your strange, loud soulmate. For everyone else, look for a cordless, quieter, more user-friendly option. You will be happier. /n/n. And that brings us to joke number 4, which is really just the truth. After this review, my own hair is a mess from all the testing. Unfortunately, I'm now too scared to use my own clippers because I think the neighbors might call the authorities. So I guess I'm off to a barber, which is exactly what this clipper was supposed to help me avoid. The irony is not lost on me. If you still want to roll the dice on the Wahl Elite Pro after hearing all this, I've done the heavy lifting for you. For the absolute best price, and to check the latest reviews for yourself, click the link in the description below.